It'd be nice if I had my video on. Hey, good morning. Let's set up. So I'm looking just to mark up my chart. I'm gonna draw out these relative equal highs here. And these lows here. It looks like we already pierced that a little bit, so I'm gonna move it here. We got a 15-minute gap down here. I think these are in the initial crosshairs. I actually didn't check for news. I did yesterday, but I always forget. Today's Thursday. Yep. So we have 8:30 and 10 o'clock. High and medium. I generally will put this because I always forget. 8:30, I put 1, and then I said 10 o'clock. And there's some high impact news and medium impact. I like this to be bolder. That stands out a little bit more. Good on that. Drop down to a 1 minute. This is that 15-minute gap. So if we start here, we've taken a lot of buy side already here this morning. I had this big run up. Created this is very smooth. Again, which is right under the relative equal highs for the 15-minute chart. So I'm going to mark that. I think I don't have my new day opening gaps up. I'm going to cut my screen. We'll see. All right, it should be back up. So we're sitting in the new day opening gap. Well, we just bounced off of it. Let's see where we are. I would like to see speed and magnitude here if we're going up to here and if we're really going up to here. Because this level is a fib on the daily. A daily busy from 2 days ago. No, like last week. I want to see if this is supporting higher prices. Because it's the order block here. But are you guys bullish, bearish, neutral? Neither. We know I'm going to put a fib on everything. Oops. So I want to see where we close and if this is going to now support higher prices. We have a gap here. Generally draw the bigger one that's further away. Let's see. I would have liked to see this expand up above this quadrant level. I may or may not trade today. I probably won't. Yeah. So this opening down here, I don't like that if we're pushing all the way up here. Oh, we didn't go anywhere. I'm close. Now I want to see if this supports prices going lower or we're just hanging out. We came down to this order block here. Saw a little bit of a bounce. Are we sustaining that bounce? We had a big run up over London. And we had a lot of consolidation, drop, take out these lows, then continue to run up. Those are relative equal highs. That's a long right here up to the new day opening gap or this daily order block. I like the way this sat right at the top of this fair value gap. So I'm looking at it like an inversion fair value gap. To say, is this gonna invert? But I really want to see it push through this dotted blue line. We got a little tiny gap right here. And once we start getting above here, that validates that as a order block. It's 8:12. Maybe no, I'm not gonna paper trade. I was gonna say maybe I'll paper trade it today. Because I'm still feeling bullish right now. I want to see this. Yep. Quick reaction into this balanced price range here. Quick dip ever so slightly. And we see a big reaction. Let's see if we're going to sustain it. Typically would have done this one. Let's change that. There's an order block here. We took out this and this high. I want to see displacement above this dotted blue line. And how we react to this order block. So we just tapped the close of the body here. we're pushing through. So, you know, I like to put fibs on everything. That looks like halfway. Just shy of halfway. This looks like it tapped halfway. The body stopped right under. This looks like it tapped halfway of this order block. If we're going all the way up to here, let's do it. I probably would get in down here if I was going. If I was trading, I want to see this close up. Push a little higher. The next candle, dip a little bit into this gap and take it up to here. So it would look like this for me. I hate the snap feature. I stop about the 50 level of this wick, but it may not retrace, which is okay. That happens to some of my moves. I get left, and I'm not afraid to get left. I wanted to see it come down into that gap. Before shooting all the way up. But I really like to trade during the macros. So it didn't give me, I would have wanted it to come a little bit below here. On this candle to get in at this gap. But that would be underneath this order block, which I'd rather see it support price. This could have been an entry here. And I want to see us continue to push. So this is the 50 on that daily. Push to here. I like that this is a breakaway gap. Like I said, this is a fib on the daily. I like that we didn't come back into here. I would have liked the entry back into here. Back into here. But this tells me speed and magnitude. I got coffee today, so you won't hear me say I'm sleepy 5 times. And I also have on an A&T shirt, Aggie Pride. Let's see. Hopefully you can hear me too. I actually didn't check. I want to see price supported here. This order block over here. We came up just shy of touching the opening. I do want to see it move through here. What's the high on this? 798.75. Even. What's this? High is 801 even, and the low on this is not even. A little bit of overlap. I'm playing around with new ideas. Some stuff I've been thinking about. Let's see a close up of this and validate this as an order block. If we're going all the way up to here. I mean, from here to the bottom of that order block is already 35 points. Not a bad run. I don't need 100-point runs to be profitable. I don't even need 35. Where are we at in relationship to this one? I'm like hanging around. Yeah, so we're still pushing up. We're hitting the open of that order block here. Trading is mostly just sitting around watching. It's not the most exciting, and you're not going to get the most exciting, wilding out on my channel, but, I like to see displacement above this high, and then go get these highs up here. This could be an entry back into this gap to then leave it. I like to enter on fair value gaps. And we have news in 10 minutes. So we may see these get taken out. Then small reversal back into the London range. Because London, we were all the way down here. Look how clean that is. Here and here. I should have woke up. I wish I did. From here to the new day opening gap. Nice. So we have high and medium impact news at 8:30. And then medium at 10. So we'll wait for the news. See what's going on. We're staying above the 50 level of this gap. Let's see what the 15 looks like. Are we gonna make it into this gray pool? And ultimately up here. Then up here. So we're in the gray pool right here. It looks about halfway. Let's measure. I'm really not in any rush either. Because what is for me will be for me. And that's it. I hate when this doesn't work. $208.25. $208.22. Looks like we came right up to the 50 level on this gray pool. A little bit past it. I'm trying out one of those Sephora perfume sets to find a scent that I like. And this one smells really good. It's Libre by YSL. It smells good. Five minutes until news. I put a fib on everything we already know. Oops. Precision. A big fan of precision. So yeah. This is that 15-minute gray pool on the Wix previously. And close at the we touch the top of this level here. How do we react here? I'm really just gonna wait for the news and see. We'll be able to see where we're headed at 8:30. High impact. I really like to trade the macros, not necessarily the news. Stop short of here. You see a big push back up. Yeah, it's pretty boring. It's Thursday. I feel like since I already got my target, I don't feel compelled to trade every single day. Even with live streaming, even with being on YouTube. If I hit my target, then I hit my target. That's it. But I haven't done a trade on YouTube since I started. But it'll come. Probably not next week because it's Thanksgiving. And I want to be chilling next week. We'll see. I may still get on here and just talk about what I'm seeing, what I'm thinking. Let me know. We hit the constant encouragement exactly. See a big reaction up. We got one more minute. Let's see what this news does. I just want you to see my A&T shirt. I'm not going to say I'm sleepy today. I'm not going to say I'm sleepy today. There we go. That's our 8:30 news. That's a mean one. Yeah. Let's look at the 5-minute. I love when I see precision. Like, that looks so clean. But let's see where we're going. We have this volume imbalance down here. This was that PD array I'm trying to think about. ICT mentioned it maybe like in his more recent videos. It's almost like an extended volume imbalance when you have it on both sides and then the body's down here, just to watch how price reacts. I haven't decided how I want to use it or if it's in my model, but I got my eye open for it. So we didn't take out this high here on the 15-minute. We did take out the first one. Let's go to 15. So we tap this buy side. Where are we at on this buy side? And I've already said it. I'm going to put a fib on everything. We tagged it. So we're at buy side. Excuse me. Today, let's go to the 1 hour and see what else is up here. Like this. If we're gonna turn around, are we turning around here, or are we pushing all the way up to here? Overall, I was kind of bullish for right now. Would have taken a trade going long before 8:30. I would have liked to see a long before the news, but I don't really trade the news. I like to trade the macros. I'll enter a trade around, if I see one, ideally like the 48, like 848. Oh, Aggie Pride. See, that's why I wanted to show you my shirt. This is my college, the illustrious. So, Aggie Pride in the chat. You guys can talk. Oh, I see. Some people say, I don't know. What's your bias? I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I feel that. So we have this here on the hourly, but let's see where we close. In relationship to here, we have this order block here. I like to measure everything because I like precision. I like that we were hanging out here, push through it. The close is up here. Let's see if we get to it. But yeah, even right after the news. If I'm not trading the news, then I'm waiting 15 minutes until after. At least. Before I look for anything else. It's not really doing it for me. This is that gap on the hourly. We took out the highs on the 15-minute. I really like the precision here in this gray pool from the 15-minute. Let's see. So far with supporting prices, again, I wouldn't look into getting into anything until 8:45. Really, the 850 macro. So to say, yeah, maybe I'll be looking for something like 8:48. I think we're coming up here to tap this and continue to run here. We're leaving these equal highs. Too smooth. But we're also finding support in this fair value gap. Is this a volume imbalance? Looks like it. So we're hanging out. This is way too smooth. I like that this was left open. This was the 8:30 news, so I draw, you know, my news out on vertical lines because I'll forget. And I won't pay attention that the time is about to start. Like, oh, we have 2 more minutes before the news because I can see the vertical lines. It's not the most exciting. I'll get that. Took those relative equal highs. I have the window open. I don't know if you can hear the like cars driving by and like the heat cutting on because today is super cold. That's what I need. I'm also gonna always sing on my live stream, so I'm taking song requests that I know the words to that are stuck in my head. Usually random Drake songs. So put in the chat if you want me to hum and sing in your ear. I will gladly do so. Got some highs over here. What day is this? Day and time is this? 7:45 from Friday. What's the high on this? 62.50. What's the high on this? 63.50. Yeah, I want to see where the 15-minute closes. If anybody knows how to, by default, keep these on the current time frame, like the visibility on current interval only, because then when I flip through intervals, I don't want to see every single 1 minute fair value gap that I drew. And I like to draw a lot, obviously, and I like to measure everything, so I'm putting a fib on everything regardless. If I think it's relevant or stands out, from me watching price action in my experience, then I'm throwing a fib on it. But I don't always want to see every 1 minute fib on the hour chart. Like, I don't want that. I want to see it like when I go back up here, that looks more clean, because that's makes more sense. I don't need to see every gap when I'm on the 15-minute chart that's on the 1 minute chart. So I'm trying to figure out, how do I do that automatically, like by default? So we had these highs here that I think we just took. Here. Yep. Just barely purged above this high here. And this consolidation, this small consolidation right here. It's pretty quiet. Curious to see where we're gonna close that on the 15-minute. Like I said, we hit here. Are we gonna close above here, dig into here, this order block here? Or are we turning around? Because this is a lot of consolidation. If we look on the 1 minute chart, oops. London traded sideways. Then we had the beginning of this run. Consolidation from here to here. A little bit of a retracement, consolidate, run up, take out this high, consolidate a little bit, run up, a little tiny bit of consolidation. I don't know if I would really be worried about it, to see, are we still running up? Are we going to see a meaningful retracement? It's 8:42. This gap has gotten bigger, the opening range gap, so we're sitting like here, which 100 points is ideal. I may sit and wait for the opening range gap. I may not even trade. But for real, I may not. I may not trade. Like, I'm intentionally not signed into my account. So like this, it won't let me, even if I click on it, I have to sign in to start trading, because I'm not even signed into my account. Because the biggest part for me is I want bigger runs less frequently right now. In this stage where I'm at, I don't want to scalp 5 points 10 times. I want one big run less often. So I hit my target for the week. I'm done. And it's too easy to push the button when I'm signed in, when I'm already, like, I can't press the button right now without signing in, and I'm not doing that while I'm sharing my screen. I'd have to close it because I'm not gonna log in with my information online. So it makes it super hard for me to trade right now. I'm not trading right now. I'm not signed in. And I have to turn my camera off, turn my live stream, screen share off in order to even do it. So I'm more than likely not going to trade. Because I intentionally make it hard for times when I don't want to trade, because it's too easy to press the button. Like, oh, is that a trade? Oh, is that a trade? And then click on it. I don't want to do that. Not constantly. I'm sure this is annoying, but ASMR, right? I'm sure that's annoying, but I don't care. Yesterday I was so sleepy. Today I'm like, I need to have a coffee. So, oh well. Or else I was going to pass out from sleep. But someone told me yesterday, stop talking about how sleepy you are. So I'm like, fine. You don't want to hear about how sleepy I am? Then you have to hear the ice in my iced coffee. Now we're kind of hanging out. It's 8:45. We didn't touch the gap on the 1 hour or the 15-minute. This was a gap too. A little bit higher, a little bit more refined up to here. But this is based on the hourly. We did take these highs out. Stop short of this one. You know, I gotta put a fib on everything. Oh, we poked our head above that. Did we? I don't even have it on the right thing. Yep, we poked our head above that one. But did not come up here. Let's look at the 1 minute. Because in order for me to think we're turning around or cooling off from this run, I need to see a shift in market structure, which looks like displacement under these lows. Like this. And so that's displacement. It's 846. Does anybody trade volume imbalances? I feel like I wouldn't. Like, I don't expect it to then take a short all the way up here. Now it may, because that's the halfway of this order block. Wick here. So maybe. But those are two that, you know, overlap. So in a volume imbalance as well as the constant encroachment of this order block. But I mean, I'm not trading volume imbalances. What's the low on this? 850.50. And what's the high on this? 850.50. This is something I've been trying to look out for. Let's see. When it's overlap like this. Let's see. So I'd probably go short here. Oh, I did the wrong one. Let's see. If this does what I think it does, enter here. Stop loss nowhere near all the way up there. Stop loss maybe here. And with the target, even if I conservatively stayed at 20 points just to lock in, that's 20 points down to this old buy side liquidity. But theoretically, the top of this order block and the top of this scrape hole for 26 points. Let's see if this behaves the way I want it to. I'm trying to learn. This is a new one I'm trying to think about. Let's see. I might get stopped out because it might come back all the way up to here. The consequent encroachment of this wick. It's 850. Yeah. I expected this to hold something. What? I couldn't tell you. It's not at all what I wanted to see based on this. But this is still supporting higher prices, so that's not surprising. My watch telling me to stand up. I got 10 minutes to get an hour of activity in for 8 o'clock. So this is still, the bodies are supporting higher prices here. But let's see. Because I like that it didn't close above this wick. This consequent encroachment. It wicked up here. The wicks do the damage. The bodies tell the story. It's all good. And I said I'm not trading, so I really don't have any skin in the game. It's okay. I don't care if I'm wrong. I don't care if I'm wrong on this live stream. Because I know when I do trade, my trades are profitable. I don't trade often. I don't want to trade often. What wick is this? Oh, this is the consequent encroachment of this. Water black. I like precision. So this is an 11-point stop, which is not bad. It was super close, but it didn't get hit. I want to come down to the top of this order block, and the top of this gray pool is the next, internal range liquidity. And that's 26 points. Could go all the way down to here. Could go down to here. If I took a 5 course, put a fib. Because I'm going to put a fib on everything. Could go back down to that consolidation. Could pick anything inside of there. We'll see. Bodies are still being supported here. And it's 8:52. I want to see some running now. We're in the 850 macro. Go up or down. Either one. I'm not in a trade. We did close just below the consequent encroachment. We opened just below. We'll see. But it's 8:52. With it being an 850 macro, I want to see runs, moves, and I'm a big fan of low-hanging fruit still gets paid. So I don't need to get a 100-point run to come all the way down here. Something like this with 11-point stop and a 26-point target still gets paid. Why not? I don't like how long it's taking. But this is something, I do. Generally. But I don't trade frequently. Obviously. Every day this week, I said I wasn't trading because I already hit my targets Monday and Tuesday. Which feels good because then I don't have to force it. This could be wrong. It's just a picture. There's no money behind here. It's alright. I don't feel any kind of way. I have patience, precision, and peace. It's alright. I want to see that. So, did that hit that? Cause that I'm trying to understand. High is 50. What's the high on this? Just shy of it. So, not quite. But yeah. Precision, patience, and peace. If you want to, I'm sure there's plenty of other live streamers who don't have peace. But I do. Yeah, I don't want this to act as an inversion for everybody yet. So I'm not a fan of that. But let's see. 855. It's not really going anywhere yet. It may come up here and into this gap. I'll take out these highs. Why the heck not? Let's see if we close above this. Knowing I like for you. Again, I'm taking requests for Drake songs that I know the words to, which are usually old Drake songs. Because just sitting here, staring at the screen, I'm used to listening to music. I'm used to, doing other stuff when I'm trading. That's not necessarily like just quiet. I like to listen to music. See, this is what I wanted to look at, how this supports price. And that's one of my forward testing. Be on the lookout for. How price responds here. So I like that the bodies are staying under. But we'll see. Because I don't want to act like it's a new PD array, because before anybody says nothing's new under the sun, and I'm sure ICT would be like, that's not new, I've been doing this since 1992. Before that happens, it's new to me, and I just want to look at it. I just want to observe, watch, see how price responds to when these are exact. So let's see. That's all. Ooh. My mic almost tipped over. I'm sure you heard that, but no worries. We'll see. Precision, patience, and peace. I'm chilling. I might stop the live stream early because I've been drinking this coffee. I don't like the hanging around at all. It's taking way too long. Like to go anywhere. It can go up or down, but sitting around at 8:57, not feeling that. I like to see movement on these macros, these macro times. And right now we're just hanging around. We're really just chilling. So I sit by the window. Sometimes, like, I see my neighbors and their dogs walking by. Like, neighborhood watch out here. You remember that movie from, like, a long time ago? It was Shia LaBeouf, and he was, like, on house arrest, and he was, like, spying on his neighbors. I'm not on house arrest. But, like, you see everybody when you're home. And working from home. So this is not going anywhere. And it's 8:58. I probably would have closed it just because it's 8:58 and not moving. But that's also something. You gotta let the trades play out. Let the stops do what they do. You can't be scared or saying, or at least I'm speaking to myself. I mean, I say you can't be. You can be whatever you want to be. I don't want to be getting out of trades unnecessarily just because I think something's different. Let the stops do what they're gonna do. That's what they're there for. And as long as I'm not wilding out, let the stops do what they're gonna do. That's it. Now, yeah, let the stops do what they're gonna do. I'm not a fan of it not moving, but Let the I would, if I was in this trade, let the stops do what they do. I feel like this desensitizes me too because I really don't have any skin in the game, so it's really just a picture on a chart. I'm not trading this. I prefer to get my target Monday and Tuesday. And my targets aren't high. I'm big on low-hanging fruit. Still gets paid. I have no reason not to take low-hanging fruit on one contract and take that to the bank and say, thank you, Mrs. Bank Person. It doesn't have to be content with enough, right? That's one of ICT's messages. Be content with enough. So I already hit my target. So while this is weird, I want to see it move. It's 9 o'clock now, so maybe the second half we hit the midpoint of the 850 macro. We'll go somewhere. Maybe we'll go somewhere. Maybe not. Again, I'm taking requests for Drake songs you would like me to hum. I'm not singing them, but I will hum them when I don't have anything going on, like waiting for this. So now we're starting to move. We close above the constant encouragement is order block. We're going up here and we hit the constant encouragement wick on this order block. So now we're starting to move at 9:01. We're starting to move. Just finally. So if I was in this trade, I would have got stopped out right now. But it's a good thing I'm not in a trade. So let me delete this so we can see better. So yeah, I want to see if there's something to this. Like, how do I want to interpret it, use it, incorporate it? Coming into this gap. I have so many notifications on my watch. It's distracting. I'll have to go on D&D. What are we doing on this gap? Including the volume imbalance at the 50. Yep. I'm a big fan of precision. When the market is like hitting all the PD arrays or not the PD arrays for the direction I don't want it to go to and just blowing straight through those, or respecting the ones in the direction we're going in, I'm a big fan of precision. Like when it hits the consequent encouragement to the T, to the tick, I'm excited. But right now, it looks like we're just bouncing in between here and here. It's going to push above here on this order block, or we're going to push further down into here. Because also bouncing in between PD arrays, I'm not a fan of, that are kind of showing consolidation. So when it consolidates in between two PD arrays, not a fan of. Same way we kind of did down here in between this order block and this fair value gap. We just bounced around between here and here. Not a fan. I want to see ones supporting higher prices support higher prices, and the ones supporting lower prices be completely ran through. That's ideal. $9:04. We've been live for about an hour. I'll usually stay on till 9:30, 10. We'll see, depending on what the opening range gap, the size of the opening range gap, and also depending on if I'm trading. Today I'm not trading, so I may not stay on as long. If I was looking for a trade still, then I'd stay on until I hit my trade at the latest 11 o'clock. Because I like to look from 7:30 to 11, which means I'll be live around 8 to about 11. But I am going to do like a FAQ or like an about me, since this YouTube channel is new. You know, I don't trade any other prop firms because I could talk about that for 30 minutes on itself, right? I don't trade prop firms. For a variety of reasons. If you want to know why, comment down below and I'll do a video on why I don't trade prop firms. But I don't think they're set up for my success. Anytime there's a business, like, how are they making money, and what are they making money based on? What they're making money based on you not being a successful trader. That's where 90% of their money comes from. So if they're betting against you, why would you even do business with somebody betting against you? My opinion, of course, I see the advantages of it. Being able to trade with less of your own risk, sure, it's a starting point. I would never stay, even if I did start. I think it's a way to get capital, sure, and then start your own account. Or, yeah, that's it. That'd probably be the only reason. But I mean, they're betting on you not to win, not to be successful, not to be profitable, to continually reset your accounts, and on account fees. I might as well just fund my own account, in my opinion. So do with it what you want to do. I know that's unpopular opinion, especially with the affiliate marketing that is pushed from this community. I mean, if it pays the bills, I guess. But I'm not doing that. To each his own. However, I like this to support higher prices. Let's see if we push above this with displacement. Maybe we see a bounce here to here. It's only 18 points. But yeah, I may do a FAQ or like an about me. Like I said, I don't trade. I don't know anything about Apex, Top Step, so I can't really speak on them. I could speak on why I don't know anything about them. So let me know. I'll think about it. I like live streaming because I don't want to sit down and edit a video. And I feel like YouTube, man, production quality, y'all have recording studios. Some of y'all out here, and it looks good. I'm not even going to lie, hate, nothing. Some of these YouTubers, y'all have production studios. So this could be an entry. Supporting higher prices up here. I'd rather have seen this be more displacement. So maybe I would have liked this to be a little bit bigger and then come back down. but not breaking this high. Breaking this high with a little bit more displacement. But it's like a, 40%. Maybe a 40% entry. And also I think the lowest hanging fruit is a little bit low. Like I said, I want to be in trades that are at least 20 points. Have the potential to be at least like 40. So that way I can get 20. I want to lock in 20. But I like that this is supporting higher prices from here and here. But I like to see expansion, and it's 910. We didn't really see a lot of expansion during the 850 macro from here to here. We didn't purge liquidity, down here or up here. Sure, we took this low out. But not a meaningful run, in my opinion. I always feel like I'm getting it wrong. Is the news at 10 or 10:30? 10. Oh, that's some ASMR. Sometimes I like it. I'm laughing, but not bad. So now we kind of inverted this fair value gap here. I'm always looking at, like, why did we come down here? What's down here in any of this that stands out to me? That's like a PD array worth, looking at. Because I'm like, okay, why do we come down here? And then have this big reaction up here. I want to like current interval only by default, if anybody knows how to do that. Let me know, because I'm always doing it. But yeah, I'm always thinking like, what down here is, why down here did we see such a big reaction? Is there a PD array headed this way? I don't see anything that stands out. Maybe like this wick. I don't know. I can't tell if that's 50, but I don't know why that one either. It looks like halfway between these two. It's 9:13. Now we're starting to see expansion. This. I wanted to see this as part of the 850 macro. Like, let's actually see stuff start to push, but it didn't start pushing until 9:12. And there's a little bit, but this consolidation, it's like very lackluster. This really looks like that, but if we're pushing a lot higher, I want this to stay open, and even this to remain open, because we just entered into this hourly fair value gap. So speed and magnitude gaps that are left open really, and where they are and relate it to like a higher time frame PD array, our big indicator of speed and magnitude. So we just crossed it to this fair value gap on the hourly. Let's do it here. Now this is a SIBI. We'll see if we're supporting lower prices or are we pushing a lot higher. And we have this order block here. So yeah, let's see. Yep, I like that this is open. I like that this is staying open. So that tells me we're in the middle of a big run. The fact that this is staying open here. Let me redraw that. This one is the one I care about. I like that this is staying open. So where are we headed? If we're gonna have a big run, where are we headed? It's also 9:16, so I do expect some retracement into that opening range gap lower. I do it how you say you want it. There's buy side here, this gap. At 9:30, though, I may look at the first presented fair value gap and the opening range gap. As if I move this here, we barely dip into this gap. But I'm going to keep that hourly. Let's check on the 1 minute. Because I think the open range gap is down here or something. I'll look again. I will look again. I wanted this to stay open. So we came down to this order block, the open. I do it how you say you want it. No, I want you. Do things that you want me to, like controller. Precision. But I don't like how this is all the way down here. And this is the bottom of this gap. Yeah. I wanted to see this push harder. But we have 10 minutes until open. And when I look at regular trading hours, we're about here now. This opening range gap is, yeah, 98 points away. I like about 100. 100 is nice. So let's see what 9:30 looks like. I think I'm usually, if I'm not trading the 850 macro, 850 to 910, and I'm in and out around there, then I'm waiting for 9:30 to see, especially when we have a big opening range gap. So in 10 minutes, I don't expect this to drop 98 points. It happens, and it has happened, but I don't expect that. I expect this to be the low of the opening range gap. Locked. Let's go back to electronic trading hours. And yeah, so we're like 100 points away from where we closed yesterday. So if I don't get in and out by 9:10, 9:12, I'm waiting till 9:30. And that's me. Obviously, everything I say is just me. That goes without saying. You remember the, like, if anybody has seen like the Issa Rae clip, me, myself, personally, I think XYZ. It's like, obviously all you had to do was say I think. Me, myself, personally, I. Like, everything I say is me, myself, personally, I think. That if I'm not in and out by 8:50, 9:10 macro, I'm not trading until the first presented fair value gap at 9:30. I'll probably stay on till about 10 o'clock to see what, if we trade to the consequent encouragement. Of the opening range gap. Let's see. I'm gonna put a fib and measure everything because I like precision, patience, and peace. I'm not upset. I'm not begging the market to do what I wanted to do. It's going to do what it's going to do. If I could grab a couple of points and dip and leave, that's what I'm going to do. And I'm not going to be screaming about it. It's all good. And I already hit my target for the week. I try to get my targets Monday, Tuesday, max Wednesday. Thursday and Friday are just watching the market days. I'm not trading this. I'm not even signed in. So I can't hit these buyer sales without signing to your account. I'm not in my trading account because it's too easy for me to press the button. I would have been traded on anything, but no, absolutely not. I am chilling. Not even signed in because I would have probably hit the button. I got to make it harder for myself, be more particular about what trades I'm willing to enter. So, like, I have no problem sitting on this live stream. We can talk about it. I'll say, that looks interesting. Or, oh, I like that precision right there on that fair value gap or that order block. But I'm not pressing the button. I'm not obligated to press the button. I don't feel pressure to push the button. I think capital preservation. Hit your target. Low hanging fruit. Out. That's it. Or at least that's how I trade. I don't have to constantly press the button. I feel like I have to constantly press the button. I really need to turn my phone on, or my watch on do not disturb, because it distracts me. The messages, my friends working out, just finished a workout. Like, that's distracting. Could you not work out while I am working? Thanks. Even text messages. I need to, matter of fact, let me do that now, because I think my phone's on D&D. So let me do not disturb on my watch. That's it. What are we doing down here? I'm going to put a fib on everything because I like precision. I wanted to see if this is an order block here. We went slightly past it. It looks like it's closer to, if I can cut this off, a little bit past the low here. To these old highs, but a huge reaction up. So it opened, went down, came all the way back up, then closed up near the high. But it's 9:26. We got 4 minutes until 9:30 open. My controller. The market is hanging around until 9:32. We're chilling. It's not in a rush. I'm not in a rush. We just hanging out till 9:30. Yeah, the opening range gap is all the way down here at 2769.50. Let's call it right here. To about here. Yep, 100 points. We're really chilling at this constant encouragement, this hourly SIBI. I don't know why I blinked on SIBI. We're really hanging around the constant encouragement of this SIBI, this hourly SIBI. We are chilling. Chilling. 2.5 more minutes. I'm still looking at this. I want to understand this PD array a lot better. So yeah. I controller. That's the 9:30 open. Let's figure out where the consequent encroachment and the opening price. Right at that 50 levels at wick. Opening range gap low. Now we're going to see some movement. Let's see. I'm putting a fib on everything, so 69.50 to here. ORGC. To move it over a little bit. We have a gap right here at 9:30. That's not the first presented fair value gap. Well, we don't have a fair value gap at 9:30. It was completely filled in. Let's test the 70% to the consequent encroachment of the opening range gap from the first presented fair value gap. That's my focus right now. Let's see. And I'll probably get out of here in about 30 minutes. We've been on since 8 o'clock. Live streaming around 8 every day. Go to at least 9:30, maybe 10 o'clock most days. I think I went to 10 yesterday. The day before yesterday, Tuesday, was a really short day. Is this going to be the first presented fair value yet? Nope. We close that in completely. So prior to, let's see, it's the 15 minute. Prior to 9:30, we have sell side down here. And down here. This new day opening gap from yesterday. And here. Let's look at that gap. So we're talking about sell side being down here on the 15 minute. But this opening range gap was pretty big. Oh, I wanted to rename it. Yeah, 106 points. That is a good size opening range gap. I want to see the first presented fair value gap before we get to the consequent encroachment. Would be nice, but it doesn't look like I'm getting that today, unless we are leaving this. But it is painting. Okay, it is falling out the sky. There's the consequent encroachment. Here's the first presented fair value gap. If it doesn't come back up, be surprised if it came all the way back up here. We may closing the whole gap off this one candle. This is the daily level on the fair value gap on the daily. We didn't quite close in this fair value gap on the 1 minute chart. But we have our first presented fair value gap. I always extend it the whole way to the right, just to keep it going. So we tagged the consequent encouragement. We closed in the gap. Now, the opening range gap, just closed it. But when it comes to you, I think I die for you. The theme of today is controller. We just came for this sell side right here, the bottom of this new day opening gap. Just hit today's new day opening gap. We hit the order block on the daily. That's falling out the sky, okay? I had identified some more lows down here. But we are falling out the sky. Let's see about the daily. The daily order block opening. We got these lows down here, these equal lows down here on the 1 minute. So we're going back into the London range is what we're headed towards. I don't know if we're going to come anywhere near here. Because we got plenty of equal lows down here that have yet to be purged. And then this sell side. So I was bullish for the morning / my bias when I first sat down being bullish. These candles are dropping. But I don't chase price. And there's not a single retracement or closing of any of these gaps. So we're hanging out. And then 10 o'clock, there's medium impact news. There hasn't been. This is a falling knife that I'm not going to ride that train. We took a lot of sell side here. These equal lows. We didn't come down to these down here that are very smooth. Or these areas down here that are smooth too. Not quite. I don't remember what this gap is. Probably a 15-minute. Are we coming down to this level here? Let's go to the daily. We have the consequent encouragement of this busy that we are close to, and we have this daily gray pool that we dipped into earlier today. sell-side. And it's just a matter of, are we going to continue into this gray pool? Big reaction off the new day opening gap. I didn't look at the daily. I didn't look at the daily order block. Open. What's about consequent encouragement? But we're kind of bouncing up. We hit the 50 level of that daily fair value gap and the new day opening gaps from Tuesday. I cleared that. Are we turning around? Or are we retracing to go lower? It's only for the first presented fair value gap. I need to write myself a note. It's 9:43. 9:50 to 10:10 macro is starting in 7 minutes. I said I wasn't going to say the words, but I am getting sleepy. understand this. Fair value gap support higher prices. Even before I'd consider a long, I need to see displacement here with the fair value gap. Come back in to go long. We're getting displacement here. I want a body to close. Like a big candle, not a wick, or this candle's kind of small. Before I would consider going long. I don't know what that is outside. I don't know if y'all can hear that or not, but it sounds crazy. Alright, we're getting some displacement. Now, for these lows here, these highs. I expect it to go up. Get back down here. Kind of thing. Not this low, but like down here to about there. If we were coming down to it. I might paper trade tomorrow. What's the calendar look like? Yeah, I might paper trade tomorrow. Let's go like here, maybe. I don't typically like Kevin. Why is it not working? That's too big. I'm more like a right here-ish. Something like that. But the risk is there would be this gap open right here. What are they doing outside? But I like how price is being supported here. And I like to enter on fair value gaps, which we don't have any on this run, except for here. We're back inside the open range gap. This was the entry. Probably would have took. Back back to that quadrant level on the daily. Through the new day opening gap. Not a lot of like retracing in these runs. Like no fair value gaps and come back down and then take off. So it's 9:51. Are we coming all the way back up here? In this 9:50 macro, I'm gonna close the live stream. Maybe right before 10 o'clock. All of these wicks that take up the whole body. Let's see what they're. I like that precision. But there's so many of them because this one's the same thing. Mm-hmm. 9:52. Time, then price. I want to see what we do if we get into this fair value gap. Really, this all of this order block. So starting about here. What do we do here? if we get there. Because it's kind of like sitting in between these two PD arrays, these two wicks. Now we're expanded underneath it. Maybe. Because the wicks do the damage, but the bodies tell the story. Like how this is sitting right here. The bodies are telling the story. It's 9:55 though. Bodies are saying we're coming down here. Let's see. Bodies are hanging down under here. Like a reclaimed fair value gap. Let's see when we hit here, what do we do? So we have this order block here. I originally wanted it to retrace here and then keep going up for a long. Because we have displacement. I wanted to see it come back down here, then shoot back up. No, that's not even. What's the high on that? 704. What's the low on it? 703. How does this look? Yeah. Couldn't make it above this wick. Well, the constant encroachment of this wick, the start of this order block, we didn't make it up here. Yeah, I don't like the back and forth in the PD arrays bouncing in between them. I like the ones that are supporting price to support price, and the ones that aren't supporting price to not support price. But we're kind of bouncing in between them. So like this one couldn't make it above this order block or this wick, both. But then we have a big reaction up from this order block. Like one or the other. But it's about to be 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock news. Curious to see its medium impact. So we may jump down here for these relative equal lows. After its medium impact. let's see. It's 10 o'clock. Alright. I'm looking at something else on my other screen. $10 o'clock really didn't do anything yet. Maybe I spoke too soon. So we closed below. Constant encroachment of that wick. Let's check this one. We didn't close below it. So we're just hanging out. Hanging out. I like this. To push prices lower. To hit these relative equal lows. Once that happens, I'll probably close the live stream. Oh, I'm sure that sounded crazy and annoying. Came up to the day opening gap and then quadrant level. Just sitting on that gray pool. I don't know. Yeah, I just am starting to be ready for a break. We've been on for 2 hours. I like that we didn't close above this. Once we get below here, that validates this as an order block, and I'd expect this to hit these relative equal lows from the 15-minute chart. The gray box is a daily gray pool PD array that we have been bouncing around on for sure. What's this? Nope, stop short of the consequent encouragement. Yep, of this order block. Let's see. We take out these relative equal lows. I'm closing the live stream. And I'm gonna go for a walk outside. I need to stand up. Sitting down like for 2.5 hours. I'm ready to get up, go outside. It's cold, but at least it's sunny here. So I'll take that. Go for a walk outside. Get up. Get a drink of water. There we go. Tag those relative equal lows. So I'm going to close the live stream, and I'll be back tomorrow at 8 a.m. sharp-ish. Yeah. Talk to you tomorrow.